Alright everybody, here for another video today with Charlie Brown from Charlie Brown's Excellent Adventures.
What's going on, everybody?
Go over, subscribe, give him a shout out. We are at the Galloway Cemetery, and this place used to be very tiny actually. It has been extended, I believe, with width and depth. So I think that they have widened it as well as made it go further back than it originally used to, but the older section is definitely up here towards the front. I don't know exactly where certain people are buried, but I do know that some of the families that are buried in this cemetery are some of the first settling families of this area. So you get a little bit of history here as well. We got some of the obelisk styled. I think this one might have been the one I seen a long time ago. It's that George Bellinger, born November 8th, 1826 and died July 21st, 1886, I think? Or does that say 1836? Oh, probably 36, because yeah, he would be well over. Let's see. Or maybe, no wait, maybe it is 86. Oh yeah. Okay, maybe it is. It's 86. He was 69 years, 8 months, and 180 days, I think. Sadly, it's hard to read some of these older ones, and personally, I would like to come through here with some carbon paper and try to get some of these, you know, printed out onto a carbon copy. Save it while we can. But years ago, I came here with a friend of mine and had some paranormal experiences that followed us home. Glad to say though that I don't think that that vibe is still here. It seems like whatever that was is cleared out, and it's a much fresher, more appealing, inviting vibe here. Which that's not to say it didn't have an appealing vibe or inviting vibe before. That's actually what led me to come here when I did, when something followed me home. It just didn't want me to leave. But as you can see, they've definitely extended this place. It is a lot bigger than it used to be. I'm kind of walking up the center row here, and you can see there's a mixed match of older, newer. Anything past this point though, spread out towards the back, is all the new additions. This little road right here that bisects, this was the original depth of this cemetery. So everything back there has been added. 2 rows, 2 sections. Looking back out toward the road. We've got Galloway Road out there, guys, in case if you're wondering. Galloway Cemetery is right off of Galloway Road in Galloway, Ohio. So Galloway, 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 Galloway. Just gonna kind of walk through here. See a couple of the older ones here. I will have to see though if maybe there's a chance that they moved some of these when they redid the layout. There's a chance that maybe they might have moved some of them back to put this road extension in here, because as I said, they did extend it in width as well as depth. Oh, that's beautiful. Peter. Now, most people, they probably think this is a little bit of a darker interest to be interested in cemeteries, but it kind of goes for our ancestors to give them respect.
Yes, ma'am. There's a cool one over there, that one with the lady on sitting on it.
Oh, what, straight up? Oh, Oh yeah. That one is a very nice one. For Gardner. Died in 1921. Sadly, it's hard for me to make out the top part of that without getting any closer, and I don't want to be disrespectful and step on the area of burial. Some cemeteries, they're so tightly packed together that you can't really walk anywhere without feeling like you're walking on someone. I always try to be as respectful as possible when I come into places like these because, you know, they're people. They might not be around anymore inside of their body, but they're still people that exist. They're still a life force. So, like I said, it kind of goes right back into just respect. Respect of life also kind of goes hand in hand with respect of death. So, for the people that have always thought that I was creepy and strange and so into the darkness because I liked cemeteries, nope. I just have respect. Definitely beautiful and serene scenery out here. Sometimes I think about if I were to be buried, where would I want to be buried? But actually, you guys, I've already decided that I am going to be cremated. No point in putting me into the earth in a box that isn't going to break down anytime soon. No, thank you. Put me back where I go. Oh. Here's somebody screaming over there. Hey, Charlie, did you just hear that scream? Is it maybe, well, yeah, maybe it was a rooster, but that's weird. Why would it be screaming at this time? What the heck is happening to it? So apparently we got roosters, guys. I really thought it was somebody screaming. I was like, no, somebody's getting hurt. I gotta go save them. I still keep hearing it. Just kind of walking to show you guys the area. I really hope that is a rooster, guys. That makes me nervous. We got some weird sounding frogs or toads over there. Cross back there. Sorry I'm not so talkative on this one, guys. Just more or less trying to show you the scenery so you can get the quiet vibe, except for the sound of Charlie over there pumping that thing.
I couldn't imagine having to fill up a bunch of jugs.
Oh, I actually had to do this before for a school project thing.
You're like, oh, of course.
Just slam it. Am I doing it too hard?
Now you just have to get on it. Boom, 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 boom.
Like that? I'm like, I don't even know if I'm recording this. There you go. There's you a bucket of water. No kidding. Got some well water going on over there. I grew up on well water. I can't stand wild water half the time.
Must be over here.
Huh?
That scooter boy over there must be.
Yeah. But yeah, this is a rather nice cemetery.
Yeah, it ain't too bad.
Some of the older cemeteries around here, they haven't been so upkept, as you know. You've seen some that we've went to that are kind of
Oh,
nice, and
yeah.
we still got more lined up that we're going to go to, where you're going to see where they're maybe not as nice, but
Yeah,
they've been fixed up slowly but surely.
the closer to Halloween it gets, the more spooky videos we're gonna do.
Yes.
It's gonna be a lot better.
Well, I told you, I found that the oldest cemetery is the Franklinton Cemetery.
It's hard to do spooky videos when it's 7,900 degrees out.
Yeah, then we would be the ghosts in our videos.
Yeah, yeah. Degrees and that type shit. I thought that said hell for a second.
Do what?
I was gonna say, whoa. That was pretty neat. Must be a few people in there.
Oh, Heil. Like Heil Hitler?
Hail, Heil, something like that. 33.
Well, in German, if the I comes after the E, it takes an I sound. If the E comes after the I, then it's an E sound. So that would be Heil. Oh, I think I just stepped on somebody. There's people buried in these plots, maybe, or no?
Like a picture on it.
Or do they just have them marked? Maybe these plots right here, they don't have people buried yet. Maybe they're just
the spots they're gonna
end up being in.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. I didn't step on anybody. I was already just saying into the camera when I was up at the front, I said some of the cemeteries you go to, they're so tightly knit. It's like you can't really walk anywhere without walking on somebody.
Yeah. I've been at that. What was that one at? The one we was at, it was like just.
Well, heck, we could have stopped at that one that was right over off of Alkire.
Go back.
There's that one that's on the hill next to that, I can't think of what it's called, but there's a bar over there off of Alkire. There's a cemetery that's on a hill. An old cemetery.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it was right there where we just were.
I want to go to that.
Yeah, maybe we'll set that one up for a tripod camera day.
You want us to go there and leave that shit in the comments?
Well, I tell you, I went there when I was a teenager with one of my friends, and I literally heard audible voice in my ear. Told me to step off of him, basically. Told me to move.
The sun was just beaming off the sun. That's pretty neat.
But I really was. I was with my friend Heather Cottrell at the time, and we walked over into the cemetery, and she walked up to the farthest point, so she was way away from me. And I was standing there, and off from my left, I heard like an older gentleman's voice, more or less like, "Excuse me," kind of attitude, you know? And I was just like, "Oh, I'm sorry." And I turned around, there was nobody there. I thought it was somebody like walking up into the cemetery behind me or something. And then I looked behind me and I realized I was standing on somebody's cemetery that was an older man's cemetery, or somebody's grave. Listen at me, I can't even talk today. But yeah, seriously, I heard it clear as day, and I was like, okay. I was like, I'm sorry, and I just kind of moved. So that was the first time I realized, like, do not step on it.
See back here, it's like the back of the back.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if I'd want to be in the back or the front. Because in the back you get fucked with maybe.
Shoot, somebody's back here. We got the brave Dark Knight over here.
Looking like the NBA championship.
Frailly, forever in our hearts. And what is... You know what that looks like? You remember, what is that thing called that they made Donald Trump touch when he first became president?
Oh, fuck.
Doesn't it? That straight up looks like that energy ball they had that they made him touch. That's some, like, Masonic something going on there, probably.
They got Japan people in here?
Do what?
Damasco. I bet you go fishing back there. Oh, this dude over here on the back cut.
Wow. See, he's not in a very good spot, really, if you think about it, because he's going to get all the soggy.
The rain shit.
Yep, he's going to be the soggy. But maybe that's actually better for, like, I know this sounds bad because it's somebody's loved one, but maybe that's better for them to deteriorate and go back into the earth quicker.
Possibility.
Because that's what I was saying. I've already decided I wanted to be cremated because I don't see the point of somebody putting me in a box that's not going to deteriorate anytime soon.
Well, there's somebody right there. Just no headstone or nothing.
Well, that's a fresh one.
Yeah, I seen two of them over there.
That's why the guy was in here in his motorcycle. He's like, they're going to find my murder victim.
Yeah.
They're going to find my murder victim.
They're getting too close to the third section.
Yeah. Hey, you never know. I mean, I've heard about stuff like that in places like these.
Scare 'em off like a Scooby-Doo cartoon.
Well, not places like these, but cemeteries, you know. They've even had recent situations where they went to, like, you know, resume a body, and then only to find that the person that was in the casket wasn't even who was supposed to be in it and all that. And they've actually come to find that that's happened quite often. So they're like, maybe people are murdering people and putting them in the box and stuff. There was even an undertaker company not that long ago that got investigated for that because they were literally reselling
coffins.
Yes. Did you hear about that?
I thought I did.
He was sitting there resuming the bodies after the families were gone, and then basically discarding of the bodies and then just reselling the thing and just filling the plot back in. So it was just an empty grave that they were going and visiting. It's crazy.
Well, everybody, that concludes the Alton Cemetery.
Galloway. Yes. Galloway Cemetery. And as well for myself, guys, thank you for joining us again. And we'll get you some more videos here soon of us actually going and trying to catch some ghosts, EVPs, things of that nature. This one obviously wasn't one of those, but until next time,